Your wife's gained 100 pounds in the last year.
I would say,
or husband.
This would be the motto: more jumping jacks, less tricks. No
You're
Twix.
Getting a divorce.
No Twix.
This guy doesn't want a divorce.
Twix and Snickers. Bye.
All of the knots, all of the Glock, all of the pesos, all of the pollo.
That had one of my basketball hoodies with my name on the back of it one time. Posted a picture on Instagram with a dude wearing my hoodie.
Awkward.
And my friends called her out on Instagram before I could even see
I'd have
it.
called the dude. I'm like, that's weird, dude.
Oh,
was his name
mad
Bailey,
as
though?
fuck. No, it had Cooper on the back.
And it was last name
not
Cooper?
No.
That could be a really
No.
famous basketball player, though. For
Dog.
anybody who doesn't
This
know.
man went to our high school, Tristan. This man graduated with us.
So he knew it when he put it on.
Fuck yeah.
Weird.
And this girl put him on her Instagram story. And my friends were like, yeah, that ain't Bailey. You fucking weirdo.
That's funny.
Yeah, that shit happened.
I was going to say
That
this
shit was
earlier.
so funny. I
about-
thought that was hilarious.
About the money thing. My girlfriend, like, she uses my Amazon account to watch movies and stuff. And she usually sleeps through the one she buys, which pisses me off. That's kind of like a joke between us. Like, she takes $5 naps all the time.
It's a joke. Yeah,
But
it's a joke, but it's not. Stop doing it.
She'll send me on Venmo. She'll pay for it by sending me money on Venmo, and it says like Amazon Prime movie, and like people ask me like, "Dang, your girlfriend got to send you money to use your Amazon account?" So it's like it makes me look broke when she's sending me money on Venmo to watch a $5 movie.
I'd private that shit, but she's also probably doing it just to be a smartass.
Just tell her you'll send her the money back if she
Or
stays
she's
awake
just really
the whole
nice
time.
and she knows she's not watching it, so she's like, I feel bad, so I'm paying for it.
If you stay awake, I'll send you your money back. If not, this one's on you.
Yeah.
That's a good rule.
And then you start picking all the ones you know she's gonna hate.
I just feel like you're like there's not a dollar amount, but I feel like there is a dollar amount in most people's head of what it is to be comfortable and to go, okay, I like this guy because he does not. I like this guy because I like him, but I don't want to not like him because he's got 5 outfits or he only makes $22,000 a year or whatever. Because I do like him for who he is, but I want him to be a little bit more. And I think that's a natural thing, right? You want your significant other to be more.
Yeah, exactly. But like, even if like you work at McDonald's at this point, I mean, they're getting fucking paid like $20 a fucking hour. So I mean, you're making more than a fucking lawyer at this point.
$40,000 a year is not more than a lawyer.
Would you rather work like date somebody that works at McDonald's that makes $80,000 a year, or someone that works here and makes $50,000 a year?
I would date somebody that works at. I don't care like where you work as long as you're happy.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Like as long as you're happy. Like
it would definitely be a red flag up front, but I guess once I got over it, I'd be over it. But I would be like, damn, bitch, quit working at McDonald's.
I would have to go. Your upswing is working here for 50,000 because you've topped yourself out there.
Yeah,
no more.
Hit up Chick-fil-A. I'm sure they need fucking solid people. You know,
That's different too. Yeah.
And clearly, like, I would love to have
That's
a
really
6'5" bearded guy, perfect, like has a great career, like take care of me if I literally was just to like get fired tomorrow. Like, I mean, it'd be great. But if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not gonna be like upset because you don't make over 6 figures.
You know what they call the guy at McDonald's corporate that works at McDonald's corporate that makes $80,000 a year? Poor.
Yeah.
And as long as you know how to spend your money,
that's what everybody else there calls
like
him,
you
for sure.
Because he's the low man on the totem pole if you're making 80 at corporate.
He's the cheapest one.
And honestly, as long as you know how to spend money and save money, because like there was somebody that literally would go out and buy drugs or go buy a bar tab for like $200 and then come home and be like, sorry, like doesn't bring me like flowers. Like I'm out here like buying him Nikes, watches, shirts, everything, like whatever.
I think you're talking about one specific person, aren't you?
Yep. And then he would go out and buy whatever, like whatever he wanted to do, but like would get mad at me if I spent my money on. I'm like, there was 3 Amazon packages at the door. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You just spent $200 at fucking Mazzies. Like, get the fuck out of here."
I'm
But it's your money. It's his money. Allison did one. There was a stretch that there was 2 to 3 packages every day at our
that's me.
door, and I was like, Allison, we just need to sit down and talk about this. I think it's becoming an issue. I think it's becoming a problem for you, not for me, for you. You know, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like
They've made it so easy.
You know, she orders, and you guys are probably going to, yeah, of course. She orders this stuff, and 60% of it gets sent back, or like a big percent of it gets sent back, and then like Zappos,
then you make the money back.
we're ordering the size 6 and the size 7, baby. We don't know which one's gonna fit.
Exactly, and then you send the other one back, and you get the money back. So what's the fucking issue?
There's no issue for me because it doesn't. She makes her own money, man.
Exactly.
But it could be an issue.
Make the money in Paris, let them shop. Like,
Let's go to the.
But I do like little things for you, and you can't do little things for me, and then you get upset when I'm like, I need more little things from you. That's all
I like
care
really
about.
kicking people when they're down though.
And then
Well,
he's
then,
like, and then he'd
perfect
bring me home
transition.
flowers the next day, and I'm so tired from work I don't even see him. And then he's like, I bought you flowers. I'm like, fuck, sorry.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
It was a
This
perfect
was a red
transition.
flag. The last guy that I talked to didn't even have a credit card. Didn't have a credit card.
Yikes.
What? How old?
What?
26.
Did he have a debit card?
Yeah.
You know the first credit card I got, and I'm in the credit card business. 30 years old.
Why? I just feel like that's weird.
So because no,
So
but
you
See, I've
want
already-
him to be in debt.
I had
I don't use my credit card.
I don't use mine either.
I had a credit card. I had a credit card when I was 22.
I always use my
ran
debit
it up to $2,000 when I was 22, and took me like 4 months to pay it back. I cut it up. Did not have a credit card until I could pay every bit of it in the month. And it was a known choice. If I couldn't afford to pay for it, I'm in business. I shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
See, I think it's how you're raised because
I was not raised well.
I was raised like, do not put yourself in debt. Like my parents were very big on that. Like,
Yeah.
the first credit card I got had like a certain limit on it, so that I couldn't put myself in a position.
Mine was a
where-
$500 one.
Yeah, but
Victoria's
so it's
Secret.
like I've just kind of they've taught me don't ever get yourself
That's great.
in a
Mine didn't.
situation. And so it's like that's why now it's like I use credit card like left and right because it's like I know how to
See,
use
not
it.
me because I'm good with money, but I'm bad with money. So like, but I'm also always have cash on me. So it's very easy for me to just blow cash or use my debit card. Like I don't want to. If I have the money to pay for it, I'm just going to pay for it. I don't want to pay for it at the end of the month because at that point I'm like, fuck it. Trip to the Bahamas, trip to Puerto Rico, trip to New York.
So that's the
Fuck
difference.
it,
That's the
fuck it,
difference in a lot of
fuck it.
people. So Madison, I knew what I was going to do with a credit card. So I know that I was like, and it didn't hurt. I didn't hurt for anything that I needed to do at all because like her, if I needed to make $3,000, I go make $3,000 and I pay for it. I'd get it because I'm in a situation that I make commissions. So I'm like, all right, and I get to work. If she wanted to make $1,000 more, she just works 2 more shifts. That's it. And I get that $1,000 thing, and then I go in no debt. Now, since I was probably 35, I've never used my debit card at all. I only use my credit card. I charge everything and pay one at the end of the month and done.
See, no, because
I carry no balance ever.
I have no stopping point. Like, I'm like, well, fuck it, I can make it back. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, so I just spent $500. So, for example, I spent $1,500 on my iPad. And I was like, fuck it, I'll make that back in 2 days. Like, I'm not worried about it. Like, whatever. But, like, I didn't use my credit card for it. I just used my debit card because I, like, paid it. Boom, done. But, like, my credit's already good because I did, like, half credit card for my tits or a loan or something. Paid that off. Did, like, my...
Care credit?
Yeah.
Dang, care credit's in the tit business.
No, care credit was for my root canal.
They
Paid
do,
that
a lot,
off.
they do a lot more dental.
But it's also, I'm a very psychopath. Like, I'm psycho with my money. Like, if my bank account drops below a number, I, like, have a panic attack. And then I have to, like, call my mom. And my mom's like, Bree, chill.
I
You're
always
working.
Have, like, a
and I'm
certain
like,
amount in my checking account, but it's like I have like this credit card I use for these sorts of things. This credit card I use for these sorts of things. So it's like
You were taught well, though.
yeah.
It's a learned financial literacy is a learned behavior.
is it normal for people
So
our age
so
to
once you
have a
start,
credit card?
I had to relearn financial literacy when in my mid-20s, and I had to learn that because I didn't get taught financial literacy at all.
I mean, if a guy pulls out a black card, I'm like, what's up, baby? But it's like,
I got one.
not what's up,
I pull
baby.
I pull out the Amex and slide my debit card right underneath it.
That's it. That's it.
I just like, I mean, I don't know. I just rather get it over with and pay for it then and have it done.
So let me do this again. I just like kicking somebody when they're down.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Yeah.
that's the segue?
What sucks because I have a question about finances.
All right, do it.
Let's go to relationship advice after this, though. I want. There's people out there that need our help, so let's
Oh yeah.
let's
Okay.
do that after this.
So, this is kind of relationship advice. How do y'all feel about sharing bank
No.
accounts?
No. Hell no.
Everybody here is like that?
Hell no.
Whoa.
I learned it from you, dog.
I'm a very, very rare breed. Me and Allison don't have a joint checking account. We're rare, but we don't. So
You will
I
not
learned
look
that
at
from you,
whereas
though.
most people,
I would have thought about it, and I don't know where I would have landed, but you told me that real early on.
What about like the man having one, the woman having one, and then having one together?
we did.
I like that.
We
So,
did.
like,
We
your
did.
mutual-
We did have that. We did have that, but then that one never got used because I just put money in, bill money at the end of the account because she does all the bills. She writes all the bills.
Yeah.
I think it depends on their relationship. If the wife is like a stay-at-home mom or something, obviously they're going to need joint bank.
100%.
It's like he's the breadwinner.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like if they're both working, you're both bringing in like basically equal amounts of money. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you have your money, I have my money, and then we have a bank account where we pay mortgage and whatever else you pay.
See, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the
Whatever else you
depends
pay
on where
is
you're at in the
old
relationship.
old people.
If you're married,
Gymnastics.
Yeah, the kid stuff.
if you're married with kids, yes, I will have my own. You have your own, and then we have a joint one to like take care of the kids, do whatever. But I am not joint. Like just because I marry you tomorrow, I'm not joining my bank account with you.
Well, Jay, how do y'all
I already
handle
took
it?
your fucking last name.
How do y'all split? Like, what do y'all pay for separately? Like, how do y'all manage it?
She pays all the bills except the ones that are automatically drug out of my account. I mean, she does all that. I suck at it. That's what I told you. So Chris does that for MP Group. My wife does it at home, and I put the money in the account, and then they do it. But at first it was weird because so I went from a corporate job making a really good salary and bonus to going out on my own as an entrepreneur. So the first 2 years she made more money than me, but we weren't married. So we definitely had separate accounts then. But like I would just put money in her account at the end of the month. So and I still do that. I'll go to the bank and put money in the account from what we have to pay. But that doesn't. I mean, that's just how we pay bills. It's not that I'm giving her money. I'm
I really
putting
do
in her
think it
thing.
just depends on their relationship. Like,
I'm-
obviously,
You're right. No, it does.
Yeah.
They own the same business, so it's like obviously all their accounts are joint because it's like the money that they're making together.
And
So
they've
it's
also
like-
been married a long time. So like,
Yeah.
I don't think my parents. I don't know if my parents do or not. But like, I just don't want to be asked the question. Like, I don't want to wake up to a text message like,
Why'd you
spend
buy this?
Yeah, why'd you buy this? Why'd you spend $50 here? Why'd you? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
What
I don't
about
have to
having
answer your
bank
question.
accounts that your significant other doesn't know about?
I don't
Hell
have any
no.
of those.
Big red flag.
That's a red
Huge.
flag. Yeah.
I know
Huge
people
red
that
flag.
do that.
100%.
weird.
It's a common thing. No, that's a no-no.
I mean, I don't have to know how much money's in there, but I mean, I would like to know that you have another.
If
bank
I found
account.
out, I'll tell you this: I would spend all that money on one thing for me, and go.
It would be.
and we go. We're even. Well, how'd you get it out? I didn't. I just spent my money that I was about to put in your account, or our account, and now I got this thing that I wanted. So,
Yeah.
you want to make it up?
All
Take that money out.
All right, Jay, hit it one more time. The transition sentence.
I just like really kicking people when they're down.
All right. It's a perfect transition because these people need our help. These people need our fucking help.
Is
All
this
right?
my wife? But she's
So-
really saying me. My husband has gotten fat and refuses to lose weight. Is affecting our daughter.
So, no, this says my wife of 14 years is around 400 pounds, refuses to lose weight. And then he brings it up to her. She says, "Don't you love me? Our daughter is obese. She keeps fucking junk food all around the house and he needs help." All right. How do you approach this situation?
Give him advice.
Your wife's gained 100 pounds in the last year.
I would say
Or husband.
this would be the motto: more jumping jacks, less tricks. No
You're
Twix.
getting a divorce.
No Twix.
This guy doesn't want a
Twix and
divorce.
Snickers. Bye.
The advice can't be how to most quickly get divorced.
Well, it's also like how to.
It's got to be subtle.
Also, though,
These guys are hoarders too, guaranteed.
you got to look at how she got like that though, because like when I get in relationships, sometimes like you don't go to the gym, you're happy and
Yeah,
you're,
happy weight.
you're content. Like,
That's
you're
not
just-
happy weight.
She's 400
That's fucking
pounds.
ecstatic weight.
I know, but I'm saying she knows that he's not going anywhere because they're married. So she's like, whatever, like I can be whoever because I know he loves me. So she's probably like, whatever. Like one of my boyfriends, like we clearly it's the ex again. Sorry, God, pretty much just call it the fucking ex episode. But he
Multiple episodes.
clearly I got a little bit bigger or gained weight, and he would be in the gym every day, and he would like look at me like, "Do you want to come to the gym with me?" And I was like, "Are you fucking calling me fat?"
That's
he's
kind of a
like-
good way to say it, though.
Yeah, and he's like, "No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, we've just gotten really comfortable, like, in who we are, like."
Let's
I
get
mean-
healthy.
And then that just puts me in depression mode. Now I'm like, wow, now I'm fat.
So you're saying there's no correct way to approach that?
There's
That's
really
hard.
no.
If the daughter's fat too, he could be like, "We're going on a family diet. Let's clean out our junk food."
Yeah.
Like,
No, dude, I don't know if I could
Yeah.
wear kid gloves with that
A
one.
lot of these comments say, "Don't bring the kid into the conversation."
oh,
But what do these people know? They're freaking incels.
but you have to worry about.
I think considering a
Reddit.
divorce isn't
Such a bad idea.
Oh my! These people are harsh, bro. They really
But I mean,
are.
it's also, it takes two. So, I mean, like, if he's not attracted to her anymore either, like, I mean, you don't stay in the relationship just because you're married and you have a
Right.
kid. You have to be happy with the person. So, I mean, if I come home every day and my husband's like, "You're fucking fat" or "You're ugly," like, I don't want to be in that relationship either.
Yeah.
If you're not attracted to me and you don't want to
You
bang
gotta-
me or, like,
yeah. You
all
gotta be
attraction
cool.
is
with
hard.
where you're
I
at.
tell Allison, I'm like, look, seriously, those crow's eyes, you better get some Botox, girl. You know? You need to look 20 years younger than me.
Oh, we got this
I'm
one
just
just
kidding, I
at the
don't say
nick
that
of
at all.
time.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you're paying for it,
Well,
bitch.
Those guys are
Sometimes-
not there
I mean,
for Botox.
Usually
Huh?
it's too
Those
late
guys
by
are
the
not
time we
there
get
for
to
like
it.
Botox or anything like that.
Yeah, most guys.
I don't care what she does as long as it doesn't
You
look
don't need
fake.
that.
I
I'm
was
like,
gonna say,
you'll
that's
think
why
differently
think
when I have
most
hella
guys are
wrinkles.
stereotypes. They think like, oh, if a girl gets Botox or if she gets lip filler or whatever, she's gonna like look huge or her
Yeah.
face is gonna be like.
But it can get that way. It's an addiction as well.
It's
Yes.
like I have lip filler and Botox, but like I look normal.
You're also
Same.
young.
Well,
Same, but also you're supposed to get Botox.
If you're 45 and 50 and doing it a lot, which they do,
forehead
it's
gives
just
you
not
shade
good. It's
over
not
your
good,
face.
man.
You're supposed to get Botox.
They're supposed to
at a
swell
young
at first,
age.
and then they're supposed to go down. They're not
Yes.
supposed to stay that way, cat lady.
You're supposed to get Botox at a young age because it helps prevent wrinkles and like stuff.
preventative Botox.
Yes, very. But
It's good for migraines too.
I get and I get Botox all the time. I love that shit. But people are like, you don't need it.
It's actually fat,
It's not
not
like
shit.
I'm like, I'm gonna be frozen. Like my face still looks normal. I have lip filler and Botox and a lot of other shit in my face. But I mean,
What other kind of shit do you have in your face?
I have my chin done, my jaw done, my cheeks done.
Oh, you can't even tell at all. That's awesome. What's that guy? Guy's awesome.
I want my.
Or girl. Sorry.
Dr. Miami.
Don't say
And
it.
then I did,
We're not sponsored yet.
Yeah.
And then I did do what's it called? Kybella. But I only did one treatment. But it was right before.
Asian.
Yes, but I did it right before quarantine, so like it was awesome because when you get Kybella, it like makes you super like you look like a bullfrog for like a couple weeks, and then it like goes back in, like it kills all the fat. But you have to really get 3 treatments for it to like actually like kick in and work. So I haven't gotten the other 2, but
it
if you
hurt?
get your chin or your jaw
Does
done,
it hurt?
like helps like that. Anyways, I mean needles in your face aren't fucking
No, but some
relaxing.
Y'all keep
some
talking.
of them some of them are worse than others. Like Allison did this eye thing, and it was like all over the thing, and it fucking hurt. You can tell.
I mean,
Lip filler hurts.
lip filler is
Huh?
a
Lip
bitch,
filler hurts.
but it's worth it.
Hells yeah.
I bet that's a sensitive part.
Is it okay to break up because he can't satisfy me sexually? Madison, what do you think?
I think
Give me your list.
it is okay.
It's okay to break up. How long are you gonna stay with this person and be unsatisfied sexually before you break up with him?
Wait, how long?
Like the first time, you're like, oh, he didn't satisfy me. Bye.
No, I think it's.
What do you give him?
times
6
I build
times?
up.
7 times?
I don't know.
Some of this stuff's been redacted on
What do you
on
give?
Reddit,
Do you
but
give
it
somebody-
said
how many times do you give him in the sack before you're like, this guy doesn't
in the
satisfy me?
subreddit. This girl said I tried to coach him, but it wasn't working. So I'm assuming it was sometime. I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, that should be the implication because it says he.
I think
can't.
people that don't want to do that they're just selfish,
or
or they're just selfish because they don't want to, or they just don't have the will.
I do twice,
It's
unless-
easily.
I do it twice because the first time is always like nerve wracking because you don't know what the other person likes or wants or like how they move and like shit like that. So I'll give them a second try. Now the second try you fuck up, I'm out. Like I don't care.
Bye
Solid.
bye.
Whatever happened to 10,000 hours?
What are you, Dan and Shay over there?
Yeah.
You have to
Jesus.
master. It takes 10,000 hours to master something, right?
Yeah, but fuck.
I mean, you should
Pretty
already master
straightforward,
sex.
bruh.
The amount if I'm I mean,
There's many ways to
the age of the guy.
To skin this cat.
Whoever
man.
you're banging, has most likely, unless it's a virgin, that they've banged before. So that's the good 10,000 hours that they probably put in somewhere else. So you should be mastered by when you get to me.
There's a bunch of whores out there.
sweetheart.
10,000 hours. What is it? Fucking Wilt Chamberlain?
The 10,000 hours doesn't apply to everything though, because I'm not gonna get no better at tying my shoes. Like I'm not gonna get There's certain things.
You don't think you
that
can
I'm
polish
not gonna
up on
get
that?
No better at.
But like you don't understand.
Sex is one of those things. I'm not gonna get any better than I am right now.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, it
You can
is.
get better.
It's different for
Everybody.
Yeah, it is.
You think
Can't
you've
get no
mastered
better.
the shit?
Yeah, because you can't get no better.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Man.
Shit's ass.
This guy's
Don't take it back.
cover to cover, Kama Sutra.
Is that where they're? Is that where? Never mind. I'm stuttering, so it won't even make any sense anymore. Never mind.
I really think just somebody hasn't put in the effort to get somebody off. I think it's fairly simple.
I feel like it would be.
I mean, really, right? It's
guy-
fairly simple. I mean, if you can't do it one way, you do it another way.
But there's like some guys that like certain things, and then girls that like certain things. Like there's girls that like bondage, being handcuffed and stuff. And then
Cool.
there's some
Pull that
girls-
shit up. Pull them straps out.
But
I can
I'm
get you off.
saying
Let's
then
do
there's
it.
the other girls that like to be like very slow and like romantic. So like you don't know who you're getting when you walk into the room. And
100%. I
I
agree
feel
with
like
you.
you should
I agree with you.
kind of know though.
So
If you-
making
if you
love
know
and
that
having
person.
sex are completely two different things. Like if I'm in love with somebody and I'm having sex, like I'm sure Tristan when he's with his girlfriend is making sweet, sweet love. Why I'm over here getting railed in the bathroom. So
Damn right. This girl.
That's why a relationship is good, because you can do both.
exactly.
But
Solid.
So you can.
But you've learned that.
You can fucking make
You're
love.
not gonna ask, but I'm saying you're not gonna ask your girlfriend the very first time you meet her in a bar, like, "Hey, bitch, you want to go bang in the bathroom?"
Can I put
like,
it? Can I
you
put it in
gotta-
your butt?
Yeah, you gotta wait like a couple like times before y'all like get in the relationship, get where
So you're
you're
saying-
comfortable,
so
and
you're
then be
saying-
like, when y'all are in a bar, be like, "Bitch, bathroom," and then she's like, "All right, let's go."
So 2 times is enough to say, "Hey, can we go to the bathroom?" Or can I put it in your butt? 2 times.
No, 2 times is the first time I'm like, all right, we see how each other work, we see each other move, like I know what you like,
it's
what
just like
positions
to
you
get
like.
in the club.
Yes.
You got to at least fuck well twice. You
Yes.
know. Then what happens in the club? Then you might be able to get a little more vicarious.
Yeah.
But before that, you better just keep that.
But
shit
like,
in the
don't
bag.
come at me like the very first time. Be like, start talking to me and like weird, like calling me names and like moaning and like shit like that. Because I'm like, see, I don't like that. I don't like when guys like moan and like talk to me. And the very first time, I'm like, shh, stop talking.
I think talking in general, for the most part, to me,
It's so creepy.
it's a little weird.
But
I
then-
think so. To me,
then
especially
with
at
my
first when you get to
boyfriend-
know each other a little bit, you might can talk a little bit. But
Yes,
but
but-
I'm never gonna be like having a fucking whole conversation or speaking goddamn sentences when we're fucking. You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
I'm saying. Like,
what do you
when I
think
was-
about that, huh? What do you think about that?
See, like, but when I was with my boyfriend, like later on down the road, like clearly now it was fun to like talk dirty and like be fun and like cool. Like I didn't care what he said. Like if I laughed during it, like whatever, it was fine. But I can't laugh on the very first time.
The very
if he's
first
like,
time, dude,
yeah,
for sure.
baby, and I'm like, like, then that's just an automatic Sahara Desert. Like,
Holy shit.
Suck the job.
Get
Jesus
us out of
Christ.
here. Who's next?
I'm
Who are we
sorry,
helping
but
next?
isn't there a double standard? Like if a dude broke up with a girl because she couldn't make him come.
Then she is awful at her fucking anything.
All you
Guys
have-
are the easiest to make calm. Are
I
you kidding
know.
me?
Yeah, but you would be made the enemy, right? Wouldn't a dude be made the enemy if this girl
No,
told all her friends
I would feel
that
horrible.
that he broke up with her because she couldn't do it?
No.
She probably wouldn't tell her friends, would she?
no.
But there are some girls that are
If I
fucking
could-
damn near impossible to get off. So.
If I couldn't make a guy come, I would just feel shitty about myself, and it would be my fault.
It's not your fault necessarily.
Clearly, you weren't attracted to me.
No, that the motherfucker could be with
you have a
anybody.
whiskey dick?
What
Could be a
what I'm
fucking
telling you
deviant, too.
is yeah, some people have erectile dysfunction and shit. They can't fucking finish. They're just fucking weird.
Okay, then if you break
they're
up with me
you have a
because of
weird
your
dick.
fucking problem,
It's not your problem.
Isn't there like medications and stuff that
Blue Chew is the
Yeah.
#1 sponsor for
No, I'm
podcasts
saying,
beside
like, aren't there
Manscaped.
some like that guys take where it like prevents them?
Yeah, Blue Chew is what I'm talking about. So
It is.
that's like the #2 company behind Manscaped that sponsors like men demographic based podcasts.
There's a few of them. I mean,
That's weird that you say that.
The ED is still a tough one. Not like the
That's a blood flow thing,
The
I think,
the
right?
PE is easier to prevent.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Oh no, I stopped listening to you like 3 minutes ago.
Oh.
Let's see the next question.
Yeah, my mom watches
Thanks.
this podcast, so let's move on. My mom's an avid listener.
My 19.
Is it possible to be friends with your ex?
I don't think so.
It depends.
I don't think it depends. I think it. I think
think
it.
it depends
I,
either.
I think. Is it okay to be cordial to somebody and be nice? Yes, but to be friends, nope. That messes up your future relationships big time.
It's just weird, man.
I think you can say friends like while you're single and stuff. Like I'll still talk to my ex. Like we just have normal conversations. Like very rarely, but if we do, like it's about like the dog or like a random picture popped up on his time hop and he sends it. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Y'all share a dog?
We did, yeah.
You-
He
no, you
has
don't.
her now.
Oh, good.
I don't have a yard for her, but like he'll send me like pictures like that. But it's not like we like have conversations every single day. But now if I was like seriously seeing somebody, I would completely cut him out. I'd be like, look, I'm talking to somebody. I can't talk to you anymore. Like, don't text me because if your name pops up on my screen and my new guy sees it, he's gonna think something's going on.
I don't even entertain
Which at that
shit.
point, I would just be like, you can read the text messages like something like fun.
Ex that constantly hits me up. It's like, oh, I'm into. She texted me like 2 weeks ago and was like, hey, I'm really into like NFTs, but I don't really understand it. Will you explain it to me? And
I know who this is. I guarantee you.
100%. You
Yeah.
definitely do. And I was like, no. Like, no. I can't
This
explain that.
this chick also.
If you hit Google hard three times, you'll know.
If he needs something, he calls her to get it done though.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, not anymore.
He
Not in
used
a
to,
long
though.
time. Yeah, back in the day because we were like that. Because I was single and she was single, but we fucking couldn't be in a relationship with each other because neither of us had all of our shit all the way together. But she was really lacking in that area for a long period of time and not real focused on changing that. So she's a cool girl. We just couldn't jive like that. So now I can't even entertain being friends with you because
I think it's clean, man. You
Fucking
need to
sucked
cut it
back in the
clean,
day.
even though you still have feelings or respect the person. You got to cut it clean. It's just bad juju altogether.
It just you can't move forward if you're still stuck in the past.
that's a consensus decision. Get us to the next one.
I had to say I was over 18 to watch this one.
Oh yeah.
This one.
Oh yeah. This is a good one. All right. Sleeping over at friends with benefits. This girl says, you can click it. There's nothing crazy on there.
Okay.
It says, I go over to his house and I fuck him and then I want to leave and he asks me to stay. And so sometimes I stay. How do you feel about sleeping over or asking your friend with benefits to sleep over? And
Man, that's so different for everybody. I don't think there's a correct answer there.
I don't think so either, but I think if you have the ability, you should probably stray away from it if you're trying to stay single.
Feelings would be caught if you sleep over.
Agreed. Yeah.
Because
Sure. It's
then
definitely the danger zone.
That's all.
then
That's
you're getting
that's
sent 100 mixed signals because you're like, if he's asking me to stay, does he like me more than just a friend,
Yeah.
or does he not? Like that's
that's
I mean,
that's as intimate as the sex, right?
I've had friends with benefits. I think like one guy, and I literally went over to his
Tuesdays
house.
and Thursdays.
I went over to his house, and we already had like told each other like this is all we are gonna be, like no feelings, no nothing. He was like, bet. I was like, bet. I was like, great. Get over there, and we like sit on the couch.
He
For,
had
like,
roses and
no, he's
candles
like,
lit up.
he's asking me questions like, so, like, what's your favorite color? Like, da da da. And I literally looked at him and I said, are we doing this really? And he's like, what? And I was like,
How many kids do you want?
I thought that we already discussed what we're doing here. And he was like, oh, fuck, sorry. I was just trying to get to know you. I'm like, there's no need to get to know me. Like,
I would have made you leave immediately.
I'm like, what's the fucking point? So then we went upstairs, did our thing, and then I was like, all right. Then we had a secret handshake, and then that's like if I ever see him out.
Solid.
What if
Secret
you go
hand-
Solid
over there-
closing.
What if you go over there like super late, like 2, 3 a.m. Like or you're like
Or
go
you're drunk,
out
yeah.
and then you get back there.
See, that's fine. Like,
Couch.
if I just
I'll
fall
buy you an
asleep.
Uber, baby.
Couch.
For sure.
But like if I get what you're saying, but if I just fall asleep,
Couch, solid.
that's fine. Just like
Yeah, I'll
I'll
make
wake
the couch
up.
up for
I
you.
don't do that though.
But I'd wake up.
Yeah.
If that was the case, I would just like wake up and like get dressed and like leave. Like I
Her
wouldn't
face
like,
is like bleach red.
Don't draw attention to yourself.
I would not like lean over and be like, good morning. I would literally just get up, get dressed, and be like, peace.
Yeah.
Like don't cook me breakfast or anything. And
Dude,
now
I
if he
don't
gets
even
up-
do this with that aren't friends with benefits. Like, even if I approach this from where I think you're going to be in a relationship, like, I ain't going to spend the night with you the first time we hang out.
I was
just
gonna
not.
say that. Like, there's always
Make sure the toothbrush didn't get left.
Going home.
the walk of shame, right? So it's different for one night stands. Like, those people usually stay over, right?
I mean, I
I guess that kind of
They do.
depends who you are, too. Yeah,
But
'cause
they're
they
not
kinda
friends with
do.
benefits.
They kind of do, but
it's
You're
not
right,
friends
Jay.
with there's
sometimes they leave, too.
Friends
Yeah.
of benefits in this day and age is just very hard to even find anymore.
It's hard to be real, truly
friends with
with
benefits.
I guess.
There's always some
You
type of
know
emotions
everything
involved.
about everybody already.
Yeah. Too much gray area for this one. What's next? Oh yeah. By the way, that comment down there says them pipes ain't gonna unclog themselves.
Oh,
by the way, that's
my God.
Oh man. I think that's all the relationship advice. Then you've got your ask men and ask women questions, which I'm also curious about. 'Cause some of those are funny too.
How often do you text another girl while you're dating someone?
Yeah, I do this. Okay, not when I'm dating someone, but when I'm about to be, and I get this weird feeling of like, damn, I really don't want to date this person and be responsible for all this. I definitely am more apt to respond to some girl giving me attention than I am like when I'm single. Like if I'm single, I'll just probably leave you on red. I really don't play into that shit. But if I'm like, this girl's trying to be my girlfriend and I like her and we might be girlfriend and boyfriend soon. Nah, I'll just text you back. I'll just text another girl back even though I know I'm doing something that I shouldn't do just because like I don't want to feel like I'm locking myself down, you know? I do that shit. I swear to God, that is a red flag.
flag.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
I mean, that's
would
just a
agree,
really
too.
easy way of pushing it away. But
That's
I mean,
commitment.
I'm gonna agree with you. That's literally what I do too. Like once I feel myself starting to get close and like lock down, I'm like, beep, 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 back the fuck up.
And then I can feel myself going, no, I don't need to text this bitch, and I'll let it go. You know what I mean? But I do that shit almost every time.
When do you tell them, or do you tell them like, hey, I'm just taking a break, or do you just completely ghost them?
Oh, ghost.
You're a ghost person. Are you,
I don't ghost now.
so you just tell them like, hey, I'm not in a place right now, or whatever.
Yeah, if I'm talking to somebody and like I care about their feelings and I care about like I don't want to hurt them because we've already gotten to that point. So I'm not just gonna ghost you or hurt you. I need to tell you exactly how I feel, right up front. And
You're
like, I'm
talking
not
about
ready
with
for
the
it.
person that you're about to be dating, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm
like,
talking about the person that I have no intent in dating.
Oh,
that
if
I'm
I'm-
just entertaining because I don't want to fully date this other person yet. You're getting ghosted.
Oh yeah.
And even if I decide, if you're the person
He
that
said,
I
"Oh,
decide,
yeah."
if I decide not to date you, I'm gonna tell you I don't want to date you. I don't want to do this.
If you're
right
just
now.
like a sneaky link on the side like that, I'm just texting to keep my like
Ghosted.
yeah, then I just don't care.
Ghosted.
I don't care about how you feel, but I'm saying the guy that I do care about how I like, that I do care how he feels.
Top comment on this one says never because getting one is hard enough. Is what the number one comment says on that one.
It's Basement Bob right there.
Yeah, it's just funny.
Basement
dude.
Bob.
Some of these people are some Reddit menaces, dude. I went and looked at a lot of their profiles. This shit is funny. Reddit's wild. Oh, red flags. We talked about this one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you
Red
kinda
flags
brought it
about
up.
you. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was a red flag about you just
About
now,
me?
Yeah.
Apparently.
We
Yeah,
all
it was
we all kind of said what our red flags are.
A red flag.
What's our next one? I definitely have some fucking red flags. Not having a credit card probably is one of them, I guess.
You don't have one?
No. Well, I do. I have one. I just don't use it. It just sits in my wallet dormantly.
This is
I use the
talking
company
about-
one.
This is talking about kind of what we was talking
I can't
about
wait to use the
Because-
company one.
Because I used the company when I have to fucking pay the bill.
Yeah, I can't wait to use the company one. Oh, how do you get over unreciprocated love? This is an Ask Women question,
Cocaine.
I think. That definitely works for some people. This is a good question. I never really thought about this for myself because I really try to feel like I convince myself that I ain't really care that much, even though I do sometimes, depending on the person. The number one thing says a lot of crying,
I just focus on myself.
internal monologues.
I get really skinny.
Really?
You
could
focus
see
on
that.
yourself. You're just like, you know, if they don't see everything I have to offer, then F them, and then you
Yeah.
do your thing.
I feel
mean-
like I convinced myself that didn't even happen though.
I know this motherfucker doesn't listen to that podcast, so
Who?
Chicago. Remember the guy that I was like
Oh, yeah.
I liked in Chicago?
Infatuation.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much. And then we talked like for almost a year, and then middle of June I ended up telling him how I felt like end of
Put it
June.
out there.
And come to find out, literally last week he was one of the reasons he didn't want to date me was because it was long distance. And I was like, well, you never know. Like, we can break down the barriers, like, try to see where it goes, like, whatever. He was like, yeah, no, like, long distance, like, I'm just not ready for it. I was like, all right. Found out last week he has a fucking girlfriend. She lives 6 hours away in Minnesota in a different fucking state. And I'm like,
Ouch.
Yeah, that's tough.
that fucking was tough. But
That's
now
what
I'm
they
like,
call
fuck
it.
him.
Nothing
He's
you
blocked,
can
and I just don't care.
Yeah, that's tough.
Blocked. You're blocked.
I try to just
Blocked.
literally ignore it. Like, oh, this person doesn't like me that much. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I don't know, man. I
That
just
bitch
never had
must be
time to worry about
blind.
that shit.
But
man.
most of the time, do y'all agree?
That shit do hurt sometimes.
Do y'all agree though? Every guy that I've ever talked to or dated, hooked up with, anything, and then we cut it off, they always come back. No matter how much time, they will always come back.
Maybe for you. I've had some girls that didn't like me. It was pretty adamant about it.
Yep. But they come back. Is that the boyfriend that I
Not for
remember,
me.
like, you being an old telling me, like, crying over?
Oh, yeah.
Once you cherry coke a motherfucker, they don't call you again.
I remember him being distraught. But that's what I'm saying.
It ended again, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it most likely will end in disaster. But just as long as they come back, it's just like a high for me. I'm like,
Right.
I knew you'd fucking come back.
I do some shit where I'm like, they're not coming back, and yes,
Yeah.
that's
It's
it.
better when you're like in such a good
Place,
you're like,
and then
you're
the-
like, look at where I'm at, and then they're still kind of the same, or like in the same. Yeah.
Yep.
I also will never
like,
come
oh,
back.
t-
I'm also that, as the same time as I convince myself that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about because you don't like me, I will never,
It's not like you don't.
ever
No,
come
I'm saying,
crawling
like-
back to nobody.
I'm saying, like, if we were, like, together and then we broke up and then, like, years down the road, like, you'll still reach out and be like, hey, like,
Hey,
how you
what's
doing?
up? Yeah, like not like come
Not
back to
me.
date,
No,
but just
yeah,
say, hey,
just-
how are you doing,
they
or whatever.
always come back.
I would ask you for like a light flex favor, like, hey, I know you live at the Battery. I'm gonna take my fucking new RV up there for the fucking Braves game. Can I park it near your house or something?
But still,
hey,
that's
you live in
coming back.
Athens. I'm
but
gonna
that's
go.
still coming back. The fact that
is.
you reached out, you have a billion
Certainly
other
is.
people in the world. The
I
fact
don't
that you
care.
reached out, you're thinking about them. So that right
No,
there
I
is
kinda
need
reaching
something from you.
Yeah, but that's
and
kinda
I also
reaching
want
out.
to flex.
right there is a key.
I'd agree with her.
Nah,
That's
You're
reaching out.
opening that door. Well,
Okay,
it's
I
up to
guess.
us if we want to
He's
keep
trying
it open.
to.
it's
open
up
the
to
door.
you, so you know that's no. Then
My
it's
door
not.
is shut. You're either taking the key and unlocking it.
No, I'm opening the door while you stand outside so you can see how nice my house is on the inside, and I'm still not
No.
letting you in.
We're talking about an RV here.
Dude, no, I'm just saying we're talking two different analogies.
Okay, we're all over the place with analogies. Right?
No,
Is this a real key or a door? Is this a door that can be opened? Is there a key in the door?
well, I just want you to look behind the door and be like, I want to be behind that door.
Yeah.
And then now I'm the one telling you, it's my door, bitch. You can't go in there. All right, what's next? We got
on
another
that
one?
note, how does it feel to, or how do you know when it's been too long in your relationship and things are starting to
That's a hard question.
fizzle out?
I knew that was on there, right? That's
When you
a
get
fucking
too
hard
comfortable.
question, man.
When you get too comfortable or you start arguing over like the way he breathes, the way he moves, the way he
petty
blinks.
fights. I like that. Petty fights. That's a
It's
good.
like the littlest shit that just like sends you through the roof.
I feel like saying the same thing over and over again is what pushes me to that place, though. If I feel
Or
like
you're
if I've told you the same thing a bunch of
Yes.
times, if this is the 10th time we've talked about, I can't text you back fast at work.
Yep.
I'm gonna fucking freak out.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
gonna
like,
stop liking
When you-
sex. I'm gonna stop.
when
liking
you
talking,
gain
I'm
your
start-
399th pound, I'm out.
Yeah.
well, my thing
I'm
is
out.
like if we have been dating for 7 years, at the 7th year, how are we still arguing? How are we still fighting? Like, what is there to fight
People
about?
do
Like,
it.
I never
there's
dated
like,
that long.
if there's like
I have no idea.
kids, if there's like kids involved, like at least that like gives me something new to like. Okay, well, he punched a kid at school. Then let's talk about it, or let's argue about it because I think he should have punched the kid. You don't think he should have punched the kid. But if we're in the same place, same relationship, 7 years down the road, and we're
It's still constant evolution of the relationship.
But
What
we're-
kids are not.
Yeah, but I'm still saying if you're arguing about the same exact shit, like my Instagram, if we're still arguing about it, like it's not changing. I'm still posting what the fuck I want to post. You're not going to change me. Then
That's
it
whack.
just then you just start like nitpicking at other little shit, and just then the big issue comes out where it was your Instagram. So I'm like, okay.
I think that was a good question. You got anything
90% of
to add
that
to
I agree with though. Like it once you start arguing about fucking
The same shit over and over and over.
How do you
then
know
what's
when
the
your
fucking
relationship's
point?
almost over? No, I think I agree.
It's over.
I agree with what you're talking. Yeah, like how do you know when it's coming to
Like
an
I'll
end?
always love the person, but I don't like them anymore. I'm over
I
it.
think what you said, like when you're like constantly just fighting and bickering at each other for the littlest things, and it's like it's just you're butting heads, and it's just not like.
For what?
But
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing, like the connection's gone. Like
Yeah.
it just needs to end.
For sure.
and then you try to fix it. So you try to like get over it, but then you're not getting over it. You're just burying it under the rug. And then as soon as another little itty bitty, like you breathed wrong at dinner or you made a sly remark, then I'm opening up that rug, and then the actual problem is now bombing you.
Yeah, I love your nails. What do you fucking mean about that?
So you fucked a girl with different nails?
I meant your nails look good.
Or
Fuck you.
Or I think too, when you're both just clearly going in separate directions. Like especially like at our age, like I think that.
Like I'm gonna be a winner, and you're obviously gonna be a loser.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Your
I'm
weight's
just
going
saying,
up,
like,
mine's
you're
going down.
still trying to go out and party every single weekend and like. Doing and like that's not something that I'm interested in.
I get
like,
that.
Obviously, we're gonna start to fade away because it's like I'm not into doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Well, see, that's me. I'm going out every weekend and
I'm with you, homie.
traveling all over the world now.
Invite me. We'll be single there together.
I like to travel all the time, so if that's a big issue, like one of the big issues was girls trips. But I'm like, I like you too. Like I like you to come on the trips with me, but it's not as much fun when I'm just like with my girlfriends. Because
No, but that's the trip is a girls trip. It's not a you and the girls trip.
Yeah, I'd be
It's a
damned if I
fucking
go on
different thing,
girls'
and
trip.
you'll talk about different things around your girlfriends.
Than
Same
I
with
would
dudes.
around- yes.
And you need that freedom. You need that release, that escape. Both of you do.
which all
Both
leads
of you
back
do.
to freedom.
Yes.
Freedom.
Yeah, in high school, I knew that the relationship was over when I started cheating on her.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that too.
That would be a red flag for sure.
Yeah, a little bit.
When I started fucking other people, I was like, this is over.
But it's so hard because there's so many what ifs out
Some
there in
dudes
the
don't
world.
think that way though.
Like I honestly like it's hard for me to believe really solely in marriage. Like there's one person out there for you because I'm like I think there's like 3 or 4 people out there for somebody because
At the same time.
there's always like what
Your
if.
first, your second, your third,
Like I mean I really
they
have to
all
be
serve
like
different purposes.
I really have to be like solely in love with this person to like marry them and be with them for the rest of my life because I'm like I travel all the time, so I go to Nashville, I go to Chicago, I go to California, I go anywhere, and I'm like, out of the billions of people in this world, I'm going with you. Like, you won. Like, out of everybody, like you won, and it's
Let's
definitely
take-
not going to be from fucking Paulding County.
We
Georgia.
got to take $2 billion immediately off the thing, or a lot more than that, because Asian countries are not going to be the 6'4", 6'5".
Hey, there's
We
some.
take those out. There's very little. Yao Ming, he's your guy. He's 6.
Yeah.
He's like 7'7" or
and
some
his
shit.
parents are little as hell.
Yeah. Well,
That's it, man. It's a good one.
yeah, it was. Might have been 2 of them.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
We're at a
We've been in
minute,
here for 2 hours.
An hour 40, yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
Madison. I really appreciate you coming today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Same.
One
Thanks for
day,
being
one day
here.
maybe
Very
you'll.
hard to not
One day,
contribute.
one day, we're gonna get you a stand-up mic there so you can get in the mic and the headphones where you're out there, and then one day maybe we'll put you in the camera.
You
You're
know
like
she was
the
on the
mask
camera
girl.
last week.
Yeah.
Like the one that dropped last
Yeah, but
week.
she didn't want to be.
Yeah.
And she can be in the culture corner since she's not white.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, we didn't say that, did we?
We have so much diversity in here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of diversity. 2 men and 2 women.
Yeah.
That's the diversity. Sexual diversity.
Look us up on Facebook,
Soup
Instagram,
sandwich.
TikTok, at Soup Sandwich ATL.
If you know some black
Bye-bye.
people that want to be on our podcast, let us know.
All of the knots, all of the guap, all of the pesos, all of the pollo, all of the knots, all of the guap, all of the pesos, all of the pollo, all of the money, 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 all of the money.